It's your boy, Sylvester Stimley, also known as Sly. Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Kingdom. And guess what? Today, man, I'm thankful because this will be the second time in this week that I get to hang out with my brother. Today's going to be special because we get to just talk about some cool things that God is doing in his life. We got to share a very cool experience the other night.
Yeah.
And God was just moving. And so just remember, keeping the kingdom is not just a saying, it's a lifestyle. And the kingdom mindset leads to kingdom connections. Kingdom connections lead to kingdom relationships, and kingdom relationships always lead to a kingdom impact. And so today I want to introduce to you, he's a first-time guest, but he's family to me. And so this is my brother Matt. Bro, welcome.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, bro, look, man, what I would love, I would love for us to talk about the shared experience that we had on Tuesday night. First, I want to say thank you for that. Man, I'm grateful. I get asked to speak a lot, and I don't take those things for granted. You know what I mean? Because you have to, this, like, you can't just put anybody in the pulpit.
No.
Right? Man, there's a high cost for that.
Yeah.
Because you got to pay the cost.
Yes.
Even more than I do when we get to heaven for you allowing it, right?
Right.
And so don't take that for granted. That night was a night.
Yes.
I was not expecting that at all. And so from the time I got there to the green room with we're not gonna say names,
right.
but the conversation I told you with the young man, I'm like, Lord, we ain't even started.
I know.
You know what I mean? And so man, God was moving. So, but I think it'll be good for our listeners before we dive into the intricate pieces of how the Lord has been moving in and through your life and our kingdom connections, for them to know a little bit about Matt. Who's Matt? When did you come to know the Lord? And just how was the Lord really just revealing some things to you in this season? Because we talked about this at the end of the night at like 11, just like, man, this is what the Lord is just doing to me. So, bro, who let our kingdom keepers and kingdom seekers know kind of who you are. Just let them know.
Awesome. Yeah, no. First off, thank you for allowing me to be here. It's a pleasure, man. A little bit about me. I kind of grew up similar to you. I grew up in the church. My dad was a pastor, though. And so we grew up going to church. I mean, we lived at the church, man. We were there 5 days out the week. And I think the biggest thing for me is, even though I grew up and my parents did everything that they could to show us Jesus, because they'd have us reading and watching Veggie Tales and Jonah and all that fun stuff. But I never had Jesus in my heart, man. Never. And I knew how to put mask on. And if you want to know who Matt Harvey was in high school and junior high and college, he was a man who stood behind mask, and he was afraid. And I think that was the biggest thing, is I was afraid of people. I always lived to put people's pleasures above myself. I was searching, I was hiding, and I was just running away from the Lord. And so most of my life, I never had that relationship with Christ for myself. And so it led me, as soon as I graduated college, I had a Division I offer to go play at the University of Tulsa. And so I went there, and that moment, as soon as I got on the campus, was my official green light to run away from the Lord. And so in running away, let me backtrack a little second. This part is embarrassing.
This is listen, kingdom keepers and kingdom, this is a no judgment.
No.
You know what I mean? No perfect people here.
For sure. So I had the opportunity to go to an SEC school, to Mississippi State. I chose to follow a girl to the University of Tulsa. So I got rid of the SEC school.
No, I'm not.
You already laughing.
No, wait.
Laughing.
No, I'm because I'm just like you know what's interesting is, like, if you put 10 guys in a room, 9 out of 10 are gonna make the same decision.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, I'm Mississippi State,
SEC,
and
here it's insane. Going back and using the excuses that I was using to justify it, because my parents knew. They
Hey,
knew, and they were like, "Look,
they always do.
cut it out. Like, you have this, go here." But man, the first 2 months I get out there, we broke up, and I'm in a place.
Hey, I'm proud of y'all. It lasted 2 months because in college, I mean that could have lasted 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like I'm proud of y'all.
So, man, we were there, man, and I'm depressed. I'm getting into drugs. It's the first time I've ever not played on a football field. Like, even when I was a sophomore, I was playing varsity, in high school. And for me, not playing and redshirting was the weirdest thing to me. And so I just remember that whole freshman year I was searching. I was getting into drugs. I was drinking. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I ended up getting kicked out of school. I lasted about a year and a half. And so I was on academic probation. I had a 1.8 GPA. Mind you, in high school, I had a 4.0. So in all phases of life, I just started phasing out. In the crew I was running with, I ended up getting involved in gangs and all that fun stuff and seeing a lot, man. And I think the biggest thing for me, I saw one of my homies get really hurt, and it was one of the things that really broke me up. Like, how did I get here? How did I get to this place where I'm witnessing this, and this is the normal part of my life? When I know my parents, how they raised me, I know the plans that people had told me that God had for my life. How am I seeing the things that I'm seeing right now? And I'm in the place I am right now when this is not the place I'm supposed to be. So I ended up getting kicked out of school. I get back into the same thing when I transferred to Jackson State University, which is in Jackson, Mississippi, HBCU. And so I ended up, life was better there in a sense of I was playing more. I played immediately when I got there. My grades were better. Was still involved in some things. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But I think I still felt empty, and I couldn't explain it, and I couldn't understand it. And I was searching, and I was searching, and I was searching, and it felt like I was drinking from this empty cup that couldn't fulfill my hunger and my thirst. And so no matter how many women I was with, it wasn't enough. No matter how many blunts I smoked, it wasn't enough. No matter how much I drank, it wasn't enough. My grades being better and the opportunities that came with it, none of it was enough.
Right.
And I remember my junior year, I said, God, if you're real, I need you to show me. Not the fake stuff that I felt like I had when I was young. I need you to show me the real, tangible presence of God. And so that summer I got an internship in Memphis, Tennessee to work at AutoZone Corporate. And usually your coaches don't let you leave for internships because you have to stay for summer workouts. And I was the first person that they ever let leave. So I leave, and the first week there, we're drinking on Bill Street, and we going crazy, like doing drugs we're not supposed to be doing. And I remember that Monday, this girl, I'm trying to holler at her, and she's like, if you want to talk to me, you got to come to Bible study. So I go to Bible study, and Sly, kid you not, I went for one thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Put this thing in parts.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I understand,
Yeah.
because I don't lose me.
Yeah.
So you start working at AutoZone, y'all go to a little hangout thing.
Yeah.
And, just doing what you do.
Yeah.
Right? And you meet a young lady at the hangout thing? Or where did you meet her at?
So she already went to school at Jackson State. She just happened to be in Memphis, too. So,
Okay,
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So
I was like, okay, how did she get in the picture?
I know.
Like, okay, all right,
so
cool,
she happened to be in Memphis too, and keeping it a buck.
You gonna talk to me?
Yeah.
We got to go get in this book.
Yeah, yeah. And so I went there with one intention, and I left with another. Man, I went. And
hey, I'm telling you, when I told them the other night our
Yeah.
stories, bro,
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
you be thinking you smart.
No.
And the Lord like, okay,
Yeah.
I know how to get you.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, man, the pastor was preaching on Jonah. I'll never forget the sermon. I've heard thousands in my life. I'll never forget this sermon. And he was preaching about Jonah and running away from the Lord. And I remember that prayer I prayed.
You have never told me this, and
No.
I literally said this to
Yeah.
what's his name the other night.
Yeah.
Did you hear me say that to him?
Yeah. That's why I said we got to talk, man.
This is crazy.
So
okay, keep going.
So, man, I'm sitting there and he's preaching about Jonah, and I'm starting to sweat, and I can't. Everything in me wants to leave the room, and I don't know why. And I remember the pastor. He looked at me. He was talking to the room. He said, "Some of y'all have been running away from the Lord your whole life. Some of y'all want to run right now." And he looked directly at me and pointed at me. And he said, "You're here for a reason." And so I'm looking around the room like, are y'all like, he not talking to like this dude just, and I remember at the end of the sermon, I went to go talk to him, and remember he dealt with something in me after the sermon. Because religion came out when I went to go speak to him. I said, "Yeah, man, like this was dope. I want to bring this to Jackson State." And he said, "Yeah, you actually have to know who Jesus is first." Yeah. And then he's
okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Coop, you hearing this? So here's what's crazy. I mean, I think we live in a time. Okay, is it in Peter or in Timothy when I think it might be 2 Timothy? We talks about there's going to be a time. No, it may be there's a time where we want to hear certain things.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find it here in a second.
Peter. I think it's
you
Peter.
know, yeah. And so like he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear.
No,
I'm going to tell you what you need to know.
Yes.
And before you take anything out of here,
yes,
you need to take Jesus with you.
Yes. And
did you get offended?
100%. But that's light to compare to the next 5 minutes, because I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen God move in this way, but after that, like, he starts reading my mail in a sense of the things that you have in a closet locked away in your heart that you don't want nobody to know. He starts telling me sins that I'm struggling with and committing, and not in a condemning way, and like there's more for you way. And so I remember he and this dude has never met me before. He doesn't know me. It's my first time meeting him. And he is being specific. I'm not talking about generic words. I'm talking about conversations that me and my dad have had a month ago of things that happened to me at age 7. He is bringing up and saying it to my face and being very specific. And, man, I'm trying not to tear up. But I think the biggest thing for me is that for the first time, like, I had never been challenged in that way, that I got mad and angry. And so I remember I walked out, I grabbed my stuff, I said, "I'm never coming here again." And he looked at me, he said, "You'll be back tomorrow." And the whole ride home, I'm ticked off. I'm ticked off that he said that. I'm ticked off that, he called me out in that way. I'm ticked off that he saw me, because I felt like that was the first time. Remember I told you I dealt with mask. Right. I felt like this is the first time somebody saw me without the mask on.
Right.
And so I went back the next day. I did. And I said, "How did you know everything you knew?" And he said, "Man, when you walked up, God told me. He told me everything everything about your life." And he said, "I believe it's because he wants a genuine relationship with you. He doesn't want you to just know his bio. He doesn't just want you to know his name or he wants you to actually know him. Yeah. He wants you to know the God of the Bible." And he said, "You've never had that ever." And he said, "You've prayed for this." And so at that point, so that summer I was radically changed. And when I say radically changed, there's some things I immediately dropped. Like, I immediately stopped drinking and smoking. I mean, you would have thought I was insane by how radical I was for Jesus at the time.
So you'd have to go through
we're calm down, brother.
Yeah,
like,
man, you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Yeah,
It ain't that serious.
Facts.
Come on, yeah, it's kind of extreme.
No, for sure.
But maybe wait till the new year and have a New Year's goal.
Yes.
And so no, you just like, no, we done.
No, I mean,
listen, when you have, okay, it's like Paul the Apostle when the road of Damascus.
Yes.
Like it was extreme.
Yes.
Like if you look at his transformation, it was like, dude was he was going in on people,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden, here he is, 180, right?
And I remember, it's like my roommate was an atheist, and I came back to we had an apartment downtown. Man, he was ticked because he was like, man, we were planning to do parties and we got plugs out here for all types of drugs. Like, we've been setting this up the whole weekend. How you going to be a Christian now? And literally, I kid you not, we'd be in the back room. I'd be in my room while they're throwing crazy parties in the living room and cocaine and they doing all types of crazy stuff. I'm on my face reading the Bible for hours. And like he'd mess around. He'd go in my closet, get clothes, and we're going out tonight. And I'm like, no, bro, like, I'm done with that life. Like, God has radically changed my heart, bro. And so.
Okay, hold tight,
yeah,
hold tight.
Yeah.
You know, what's so encouraging, and I pray kingdom keepers, kingdom seekers. So I use that as, you know, kingdom keepers, those that are giving their life to Christ, keeping the kingdom, like seek his kingdom first and everything will be added. Kingdom seekers, those that are still curious, that are just, you know, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
My prayer is this is encouragement for the keepers, but also this maybe makes you curious for the seekers. Yeah. You're hearing someone's testimony that it wasn't like you gave your life to Christ in that moment and then you packed up your bags and went to a safe space.
No.
Right? You were, and we were talking about this the other night, you were literally in the wilderness.
Yes. Yes.
Because it wasn't like you weren't in proximity. It's within feet of you.
Yes.
That you could have been tempted with the bread. Yeah. You could have been tempted, right? I mean, it was there for you. And you went to the book, just like Jesus did. The scriptures say, no, we're going to stay right here.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to come in there and condemn and judge y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the part that I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, Matt surely put on his football pads and his helmet, and he went in there and started tackling people. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's what super Christians do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and that's how we run people off from the church.
Yeah.
Bro, here. I don't know if you thought about this, because as I'm listening to this is an interesting piece about your story. You had every opportunity to go in there and flip the table. But you chose in that particular season to say, okay, even though I know on the other side of this, they got all types of stuff going on, the Lord has called me right now to obey by getting on my knees and getting into the word.
Yes.
Now, the Bible tells us, one plants, one waters, he does grow. He had you planting. What did he have you planting? Your roommates walking in, grabbing clothes. You're planting steadfastness.
Yeah.
Consistency. Like, you know, there's no wavering here, sir. No, I'm not. And maybe you don't know this. No, I think you know. There's conversations in that room. They're talking about you.
Yes.
They're like, oh, he gonna break.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, he gonna break.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go blow some smoke by the door. Oh, he gonna break. And here's the beautiful part is like, man, like you didn't have to go in there. Like I truly believe because you decided to put on the full armor of God, you may not live to see. When we get to heaven, I want to know, because there's people in that room that they're gonna remember that, man, there was a dude in another room when we were just filled with the sins of the world. Because the Bible talks about the different orgies, and it talks about it in Galatians.
Yeah. You
know, just all the sins of the other sins, it says. Yeah. But he remained faithful. So I want to encourage you, and I just want to thank you, because I think that if we're not careful, we can look past that piece of your story to see, like, man, they needed you to stay consistent. There's people in that room that were in there that knew about you. Your name was in those conversations because you kept the kingdom.
Yeah.
That's keeping the kingdom right there, bro.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what took place after that? So you roommates with him for a while, I would imagine, and then
Man, it was for him. He felt like, and it was amazing because by the end of the summer, again he was atheist. At the end of the summer, he was like, "Man, I don't know what you did, but I do think that there's a God. I don't," and that was a huge step within itself. He didn't say he was devoting himself to Jesus,
Right.
but you know, and I for me, I take that as a win.
Yeah.
And I take it
Yeah.
because like the conversations we used to have and about the Bible and reading and why are you doing this and what is God doing for you right now that you can't get in this, and that was the most fulfilling part of my life where for the first time I feel like I could answer those questions. I feel I've been searching for this living water, this everlasting food that my soul couldn't quench, and for the first time I feel like I have it.
Right.
And it's in that book.
And it's in his book.
And it's when I get away and I'm in secret and I'm with Jesus and I know he's there with me. And purpose is given there, man.
Man, it's funny you say that. Like there's this passage I was reading in Psalms this morning. I was working out, and in the middle of my workout, you know how like, yeah, this won't sound like you'll get this. I'm doing legs,
Yeah.
and the Lord was like, "Hey, hit pause on that song." I'm listening to Jay Monty.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
beat the block up. Hey, that dude right there got some bars.
Yeah.
And the Lord was like, "Yeah, go ahead and hit pause on that. Wait, what we finna do?
Yeah.
I need you to go Psalms. For what? I'm working out." He's
Yeah.
like, "Right."
Yeah.
I'm just like, "I can't work out to that." He's like, "Okay, well, disobey if you want." So I open up to 63 on my phone. Obviously, I didn't. You know what? I'm sorry, taking my Bible inside because it's usually in my car. But I go to 63, and man, check this out. This is regarding. I should have known. This is why the Lord had me read this. This is when David. This is regarding the time that he's in the wilderness, right?
Okay.
Of Judah, and he goes, "Oh God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you. My soul thirsts." No, I put this in my life. This is what I read this morning, and I did not know why he was taking me to this. So as you're saying this,
Yes.
the scriptures are like jumping off the page for me.
Yeah.
My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you
Come on.
in this parched and weary land
Yeah.
where there is no water. I have seen you in your sanctuary and gazed upon your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. You satisfy me more than the richest feast. I will praise you with songs of joy. I lay awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night, because you are my helper. I sing for joy in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your strong right hand holds me securely. Bro, I had no idea why he said read this, and like I'm hearing,
It's my life.
this is you.
Yeah.
This is you right here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
man, makes sense now. And it's crazy because you talk about the mask, and at the very end of this, it says, "But the king will rejoice. All who swear to tell the truth will praise him, while liars will be silenced." And this is reminding me of this mask. Like when you take that mask off, a lot of times when you put the mask on, it's because there's the lies that we're trying to, like, man, I just don't want to,
Yeah. Yeah.
want nobody to see.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody, and it's the enemy lying to us, trying to make us hide. And man, I am I'm grateful that God crossed our path so many years ago, and
Yeah.
just I know we had a brief conversation. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
we've been down some similar paths before, and man, it's just amazing to see what God has done by transforming your life and then impacting His life along with probably some others. And
100%.
so, man, I'm yeah, I am extremely grateful.
And can I say you've been a blessing to us? And when I say us, to me, to our ministry, the presence that you have in the DFW, Arlington. I'm still learning Dallas, so I'm not from here. I'm from Louisiana originally, but this area, man, like you literally carry a presence in this place. And I remembered, I pray hard about who to bring in to speak, because I do believe that it. I think one of the issues now we have is, you know, anybody could have a platform and anybody could speak, but people who are speaking the scriptures, like there has to be an anointing that comes with it, and people who are anointed to do this, and you could see that on your life, tangibly, clearly, and evidently. And a bunch of people got saved that night. That was amazing. But I think the win for me that I can't shake off is the conversation we had with that guy afterward. And we're just ministering to this dude and pouring our hearts. And we're not pulling from scriptures that we had to memorize. We're pulling from our lives and what God has radically changed in our own lives. And it's both things that me and you have gone through.
You can't make this up, bro.
That a lot of other, a lot of people haven't been through or seen some of the things that we have.
Right.
And it's not to glory in the evilness of the world, but I think it's to pull from how intentional God is in moments like that. And then, so I thank you, man. There's so much honor for you.
Man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, all honor goes to God, man. And I'm trying not to get choked up about this.
Yeah.
I just think like that night, man, I don't know. His life has changed forever. Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and y'all created a space, because I remember the work that took y'all to get to where y'all were.
Yeah.
And what if it was not a safe space for him to come to?
Right.
Because you went to a Bible study.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we know most ministries he walks in, he's not going to feel welcome.
Yeah.
Because of his lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then to have a conversation with us like that for, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Because we didn't get home until, it was late.
No, it was late.
And he did not want to end.
Yeah.
Like, and he was a church kid.
Yeah.
You know, it was just so many things that was happening. I'm just like, is this real?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's why we do it, and I'm grateful that you, like I told you, like I wrestle with like the imposter syndrome, and you know, as much as I speak, I still wrestle with things, and I'm like, Lord, you sure you can go over here?
Yeah.
And then to have that conversation with him, I'm just like, okay, if that was it, if that was it, and
But it wasn't, though, because so many other people raised their hands that gave their life to Christ that night. And I think we just got to, through his grace, we got to peek in and just see one person and what God was doing. And I don't know, it was powerful, man.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was, and I was grateful to be a part of it, because I didn't sleep much that night. I think I may have slept 2 or 3 hours. I was just like, Lord, what was that?
Yeah.
You know, because there's such a hunger and a desire for this generation. Yeah. And I made that clear. Like, man, we got to be careful not to look at if we miss pouring into this generation, trying to pour into the next generation, right? We will miss out on the effectiveness of the transfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and if we think about this from like with animals, like the animals, they understand order.
Yeah.
And if you have multiple cubs or whatever you want to name them, they always make sure that they're feeding and training up the next one. They don't skip all the way down to the baby.
Yeah.
Because the next one, if mama and daddy dies, like, hey, you're left up. But if all we do is put your attention down here, what happens when they gone?
Right.
And so I love what y'all are doing, and I love just being. I'm telling you, I was humbled by the response that, because in those moments we don't know, we have no idea what the Lord's going to do,
Yeah.
and
We've learned a lot through failure.
Mm.
We have tried, especially when I first got in, to replicate other ministries. And there's no oil in that. There's no like, you can't replicate what other ministries are doing. That's what God is doing over
Right.
there, and you have to develop what God is doing within you. And so what you came to was, this is the second time we've kind of relaunched our young adults, because the first time, like, it just wasn't it. But the first time we did it, or the second time we relaunched it, we made it as simplistic as possible. We've been going through the book of Romans. We're staying in the text. We're not, preaching. Like, we're just,
Yeah.
God, what are you doing in this book? And what can we get from it to help us run as a ministry? Which has been so much easier.
And thank you for that. I'm telling you again. I'm gonna say this again. Thank you for giving me the text you gave me, because, bro, that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of texts in Romans I would enjoy preaching,
Yeah.
and I have. Like, I've been to a couple different churches and preached, a couple different texts out of Romans, but that one, I was like, yes, I can do this, and it's my life. Like,
Yeah.
there's a part of that, man, I grew up memorizing the Bible, the books of the Bible. When you stand up in Sunday school, you got to be able to.
Right.
And I had cousins and stuff that were better than me, so it became more of a box to check,
Yeah.
right? Although that it shouldn't have been. And I was young, I didn't know any different,
Yeah.
But my family was trying to put me in those environments, and growing up in the church, and it was a little pride in there of knowing how to memorize them in order and all the books. And if they were to do a pop quiz and ask you where is this one located, what book is before and after, that was what we did. But I didn't know Jesus,
Yeah.
right? And so I knew a lot of law, but I did not understand his grace.
No.
I did not understand the sacrifice. I did not understand the gift that I had. I understood what I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
I understood what I could do
Mm-hmm.
on the lines
Mhm.
of what I shouldn't do. But, man, I did not understand the grace of God.
No.
And thank you again for allowing me to be able to speak to what God has done in my life through that text.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's been good for us. It's challenged me in a lot of ways, because when you're going through a book like Romans, Paul is reiterating things over and over and over again. And so sometimes you're preaching the same thing over and over and over again. And I felt that, where I was like, man, God, do we need to do a one-off now or do another series? And it's like, nope, I want you to stay right in the word, and I want you to stay here, and I want you to get comfortable. And I want them to feel what you're feeling of, like, no, this needs to be repeated,
Right.
and this needs to be said over and over. Because I look at my life, the one thing that I never understood was grace.
Yeah. Come on.
The one thing I never understood was, and I always wrestled with this word, justification. Because I have to earn God's love, and it's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You can't earn God's love.
can't. You can try.
There is nothing on your best day, and
Yeah.
I mean, you've read Genesis all the way to Revelation. You've prayed. Nothing you could do on your best day
Right.
will help you earn God's love, and I think that's been the part that's been freeing in learning to trust God with preaching and repeating things that Paul is saying in the book.
Man,
So it's
and-
been a
and
blessing.
Paul is a gangster of writing. Like, 'cause even in that one, we were going through on Tuesday night, the thing that, even as I was, studying the text, is he makes it so abundantly clear because he repeats this over and over.
Yeah.
One man,
Yeah.
one act.
Yes. Yes.
Infected everybody.
Yes.
One act made things right.
Yes.
Like he paid the cost.
Yes.
He paid the bill.
Yes.
$1 billion. Done. And guess what? You ain't got to do nothing. Like your tab was paid for.
Yeah.
In one act. And like that, just the things that we have been involved in.
Yeah.
The things that God has saved us from. Like that bill was paid.
Yes.
He paid it all. All to him I owe. Sin has left a crimson stain. He washed it white as snow.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
done.
Yeah.
Grace. And
Yeah.
I can't earn it.
No.
I can't. And I don't deserve it.
No, you can't.
And when I look back over my life and I think about all he's done for me, man, it is like when we say his grace is sufficient, I don't know that we give it, I don't know that we truly understand what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the time, from today to when I gave my life to Christ, before that, it's been sufficient the entire time.
Yeah.
And, man, I'm just grateful that we've been able to like really wrestle with that together. And then it's beautiful that y'all are being obedient to teaching the text, because the reality is, man, God's word is enough.
Yes.
Right. And that's no knock, kingdom keepers, kingdom seekers. We're not knocking. I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten
We're
hit
not
up
knocking
before.
topics or-
We're not knocking,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
how certain preaching styles
Yeah. Yeah.
or certain, you know,
One's
Old
better than the
Testament
other.
or New
Yeah.
Testament. Like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
No. All we're saying is that in where God has called us,
Yeah.
in the season he's called y'all,
That's
right
where
now,
we're
what's
in.
working,
Yes.
we're seeing the fruits of what the people at your church need.
Yes.
And some churches, I mean, God is going to call people to different churches that need different things. And,
Yes.
and right now, what y'all are doing,
Yes.
we see the fruits of it. And I totally understand the tension of, man, teaching a book, because, you know, Paul, this isn't even the church that he planted, you know? Like, so there's a different tone to it, too.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have the same tone that he has when he's writing to Corinthians.
Right.
He is beside himself
Right.
when he's writing to Corinthians, but he still has a little urgency in the book of Romans. You know, there's an urgency there, right? Because they got it twisted. They're living, you know, you got Jews that had left, and now they come back and they like, what these Gentiles up in there doing? No, it's law. And Paul like, y'all both got it wrong.
Right.
Y'all both got it wrong. You didn't left, and now you back, and you trying to, no, and y'all here, and no.
Which is why he brings it back to unity.
Yes.
So many times.
Yes.
Time and time again. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Well, bro, there's, man, like God is doing something in you. We had a chance to briefly talk about this after our pastoral session with our new brother in Christ. Man, I can't stop thinking about him, bro.
Yeah.
Man, he was hurting, searching,
Yeah.
and like, man, I'm just grateful that he's allowed, and the fact that we both got text messages from him,
Yeah.
like within like the next
night.
30 minutes or
Yeah.
an hour or whatever,
Yeah.
and like,
This is what I'm doing now.
Hey.
What do you think about this? Like.
yes,
Yep.
he sent me a track.
Yep. Same. Yep. Yep.
See, these are me and my wife was talking about this. A lot of times, people only see what's on stage,
Mm-hmm.
us preach the text, response, worship. They don't see the,
Yeah.
like even the ones that saw us sitting there talking that were kind of coming and going.
Yeah.
They would not even be able to wrap their minds around what was taking place.
No.
We weren't just having a guy conversation.
No.
Like we were just, because what was being revealed then was that the veil had been torn. from his, like it had been lifted from his eyes because he was telling us like, man, I just see things different. And like we're just like, okay, we just gonna sit back. And then it feels like it was getting ready to land, and then it took off, and I was like, whew.
Because you were listening to somebody speak through the power of what the Holy Spirit was doing in his life. And if you're a born again believer, that gets you fired up.
Yes.
Because I mean, I got back the next day and everybody was like, why didn't you go to IHOP with us? And I'm like, yo, I was having a fellowship at the church. And I think when you see somebody truly, like God truly turn somebody's life around and you get to witness like actively like what God is doing and they're telling it to you and it's bringing you back to where you were and you're just listening to the Spirit like just speak through and you're like, this is the same Spirit that rose Jesus Christ from the dead.
Yes.
That same Spirit saved me. That
Right.
same Spirit is actively changing this dude's life right. And I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, we could hear it. Like it was interesting because I was thinking like, okay, this conversation's about to end, right?
Yeah. No,
And then it was like, oh wow, I was like, man, this is. Part of me is thinking like, and I'm looking at you. I'm just like, are you? I'm like, I'm looking at you. Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Because you could literally hear. There, like his language began to change.
Yes.
Mid conversation.
Yes.
And his posture.
Yes.
Like at first he was downcasted.
Yes.
And as we're going through, you just see like this, his spirit just like start to encourage him. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yes.
And this is after me and him had already kind of started talking. So like you walked up and I was like, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. Because I just want to make sure that what I am sensing is what I'm sensing. And then as he had even said, hey, am I safe here? Remember?
Yes.
And that's when the shift happened.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, you safe, bro?
When you even got to ask that, you know, of like, there's a vulnerability of, because I'll be honest, I don't think I ever would have felt comfortable in what I was doing.
With the way he just
opening up
everything.
to two pastors.
This is only his second time there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have felt, you know, going back to my life and where I was. I don't know if I would have had the but that again, that goes back to the boldness of what the Holy Spirit was doing. And
it wasn't him speaking, that was the Spirit. I mean, 100%. And it's undeniable because our human nature, right? And here's the interesting piece, because we saw this unfolding. So Galatians talks about the constant battle between the flesh and the spirit. And you could see it in the beginning. Yeah. Right? Like he was kind of like reserved. And then all of a sudden, I mean, the spirit just started taking over. And he just started he allowed his spirit to dominate his flesh. Yeah. And you could just see it in how he was talking and what he was being honest about and revealed. Like it just felt like he just kept telling more and more. And that's why I was like, okay, we're about to end this. And he's like, no, I just want to, you know, can I tell you about where I'm at and what may happen, what may not happen when I leave here? Like, I'm just like, oh, I mean, he just continued to just open up. And I just want to say, man, I'm grateful that God gave us, and I know you mentioned this about going to IHOP, and they were asking, but man, what a privilege.
Yes, that's the win.
Like he allowed us.
That's the win.
To be a part of that.
That is what I said yes to. That is, whenever, I am sure, and you could speak to this too, there is things that you lay down when you accept the calling to be a pastor. You lay down financial careers, you lay down, I laid down, I thought I was going one way, I went another. I thought I was going to be a banker and real estate and all of that. God said, I want you to go this way. I laid down NFL opportunities, active NFL opportunities. God said, I want you to go this way. And a lot of people don't understand why you would reject those things and say yes to him. And in fact, most people who want to go into ministry, sometimes you hear them say, yeah, I'll do it later in my life or after I've had, you know. But I know for me, that that small little slip right there is why I said yes to Jesus.
Right.
Because seeing that radical transformation of what God has done in your life, and you see him doing it in other people's lives, that's worth the sacrifice. That's worth the call, you know?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a cost to answering the call.
yes.
And I mean, we see this in the Gospels, tax collector. Hey, yeah, I need you.
Yep.
Come follow me.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I got a business, sir. I can. How about when I get off work? Jesus like, no, now.
Yeah.
And that will. I mean, anytime you have to walk away from the comfort,
Yes.
it's going to cost you in a way that feels like it's a casualty.
Yes.
The reality is it actually is a casualty.
Yes, there is.
You got to die. That cross, you can't carry the cross of business and carry the cross of Jesus.
Yes.
You just can't.
And then there's life on the other side.
Man.
And you don't think there's life because you're so focused on your flesh and the dying aspect that you're not seeing the life that's on the other side
Right.
of what God has called you to.
Yeah.
And I think that has been the biggest blessing of being here, a pastor, where I'm currently at right now, just seeing God tangibly pursue his creation. And we get to be a part of bringing creation back to the creator, you know?
That's good.
That's a pleasure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's, I can't help but think of like what you said. I mean, there's things that I thought I was going to go back and continue doing after COVID, but the Lord was like,
Nope.
no,
Yeah.
that's not the call right
Yeah.
now. That's not the call. And I think like, man, what if I would have said no to what he was saying
Yeah.
and went back to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to find somebody else to come and speak for you that night, but it's like, Lord, thank you
That it
thank
was
you for redirecting me.
Yeah.
And allowing me to be able to see, because that was a reminder. That was a very sobering reminder to hear him say the things he was saying that night about how when he walks in a certain atmospheres and environments, that there's something that just doesn't feel right inside of him. I remember that. I remember like, I don't have an appetite for this. In fact, it makes me feel, and it's not judgmental. It's just like, man, something feels off with me.
Yeah.
And when he's saying these things, I'm like, man, I remember that.
Yeah.
And as he's saying that, now I'm listening to your scenario in college.
Yeah.
It's almost identical. His was just in a different,
Yeah.
environment, but he's speaking our story.
Yeah.
And being able to just see him leave there, and then to say what he said is, I grew up in the church. So, Coop, let me give you context. What happened? Because I think it'd be good because Coop probably like, what they talking about? So, Tuesday night, Matt allowed me to come over to where he's at and speak to the young adults. I do a response call at the end for first-time salvation and rededication. So, as we're getting ready to leave, somebody that rededicated their life, grew up in the church. Grew up a church kid, was teaching Sunday school to the little bitties. He then begins to unpack kind of what the Lord, like that was his second time there.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he wasn't going to come the first time and definitely wasn't coming the second time. And he's like, he said, what did he say? I did not expect something. I can't remember how he worded it because I tried to repeat it back to him. But he then begins to tell us that he had been in church a long time because he grew up a church kid. Never had a brother in Christ. And that right there, I was like,
Breaks your heart. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This conversation is about to take a shift.
Yeah.
And when he said that, like, man, tears just start falling. He was fighting them too. He was like, he's trying to keep him from coming out. And so, man, what a radical night we got to be a part of for this young man. We'll tell you a little bit more. We just want to protect his privacy, but man, just a transformative night.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because God is transitioning this young man's life, taking him into a new season, and God's doing the same thing for you.
Yes.
And so, man, tell the Kingdom Keepers and Kingdom Seekers just about where God has taken you, because what happens is, we talked about this in the beginning. It's a kingdom mindset leads to kingdom connections.
Yeah.
And there's a connection that you had that's led to a kingdom relationship.
Yeah.
And that kingdom relationship now is preparing you to be sent
Yeah.
to have some kingdom impact.
Yeah.
Here, well, you've already had it here. It's going to be near.
Yeah.
Near would be in other states, and then far would be other countries. But
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit, because we're going to land this plane. But tell our viewers a little bit about what God is doing in your life, and yeah, just share a little bit. Right.
Yeah. So right now, currently, I'm the next gen pastor at this church. It's called Church 360.
Formerly known as Crossroads.
Yeah.
For those of you that are probably like, what's 360?
Yeah.
You know, because some are like, Crossroads.
Yeah, it used to be Crossroads Christian Church. Essentially, me and my wife have been praying, and we have been praying for a minute. And the guy who I told you about in my testimony, who had called me out and who had said, you got to know who Jesus is first.
Where you going with this?
He had called me and he said, hey, man, like,
is this the guy?
This is the guy, yeah. So he is planning a church right now in Tacoma, Washington, and they are building it from the ground. Like, God is moving tangibly over there. And yes, it is an unchurched area, but that's where we've been called to. We've been called to go into all the world preaching the gospel. And it's one of those things where a lady at my own church, at Church 360, had walked up to me and she was just like, hey, I don't know if this means anything to you, but I feel like you've been getting too comfortable here. And so when someone tells you that,
ouch.
I know.
That
when someone,
you don't want to hear that.
No. And so for me, I had felt that in my heart, but for someone to walk up to me that I respect, I consider her a spiritual mother. Whenever she said that, for me, it was, okay, Lord, yeah, it's time. And where we're going, it is different. It does look different. Ministry looks different. I believe what I learned here, I've learned a lot of good stuff, but God's doing a new thing. And you still have to seek his face, and you can't repeat formulas that you learned. Like, it's different.
Right.
And so we're going to Tacoma, Washington. It's about 20 minutes away from Seattle. The church is called the Cove, and it's a brand new church plant. They officially have their church plant celebration October 5th, but yeah, we're going to be down there helping the church plant that. And yeah.
If you're within 400 miles of Tacoma, Washington,
yeah,
I need you to pull up. If you're in a school, like, we finna be hitting you up, because I'm gonna try to find FCA, see if FCA's in the schools. We're gonna, like, bro, I'm finna help you.
Yeah,
and
appreciate it. That's
you know what's cool? I didn't even tell you this. This Sunday, me and my wife, we having dinner with a couple who the husband is from there, because we're planning to go to planning to go to Seattle.
No way.
Yeah, we are having a dinner to plan when we're leaving to go. And it's probably going to be in the next 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
Like, if we can go in the next 3 months, we will. But we finna be there too.
Please.
That's why I was telling you. Like, and I'm telling you, bro. I didn't have a chance to unpack that with you that night, because we had a lot. We were working.
Yeah.
But yeah. Seattle is a spot where this particular couple, they vacation every year. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's not even the other couple I was telling you about. So, but we're gonna go with this couple because our daughters are around the same age. And so, man, just looking forward to going up there. So I need, like, make sure you connect. And then, yeah. So I couldn't tell you all that night. I was like, I'm just waiting for us to kind of have this conversation.
Okay.
So yeah.
Gosh.
Man. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. And there's the obedience again, right? We know God will bless that. And so, kingdom keepers, kingdom seekers, if you're in that area, y'all get ready. The Cove, right? Man, check them out. If you need a church home, help us to continue to advance the kingdom. Bro, I am thankful for this. I feel like we got more to talk about, and maybe we might just do something crazy when we come up there. It might even, I don't know if Coop would travel with me at that time. He might.
Come on, Coop.
He'd probably be busy, but
come on, Coop.
We'll figure it out though.
Pull up, man.
We'll figure it out. We might get up there and record some more.
Yeah.
I just want to help. That's the whole purpose of the podcast, is really to help man to spread the gospel. Bro.
Yeah.
And so if there's something that you're doing, there's a ministry, God has really put it upon my heart to make sure that my kingdom connections turn into kingdom relationships that turn into kingdom impact.
Yeah. And
it's not about making me famous, and it's not about making the podcast famous.
Yeah.
It's about making him famous, and by doing that, we share Christ, right? And so, man, thank you, bro, for taking time out of your day to come hang out with us. And so, listen, if this has been of any value to you, man, like, subscribe, and share this content.
Yeah.
We just scratched the surface. So there's more to, we just kind of laid it above the surface. But I was like, you know what? Let's talk about what this experience that we got to have a shared experience on Tuesday night. And so, and thank you again. Hey, we love you. Listen, go and check out the Cove if you're in that area, and just be on the lookout for more information as he gets there, as he gets settled up there. But be praying for him, please. Be praying for him and his wife. Be praying for him and his family. And for, hey, what's the pastor's name? That way we can just go ahead and start sharing that information. What's the pastor's name?
The pastor's name is E.J. Brown.
E.J. Brown.
E.J. Brown. He is the lead pastor there. They took the church, Oasis Church, and replanted it as the Cove. And so same thing, he was here at the Hills. Have you been to the Hills?
Okay.
So he came from the Hills as the pastor of evangelism from over there.
Okay.
And so now he's church planting.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Yeah, so if you're in that area, man, go check them out.
Yeah.
They already have a location already? Is that the location that you sent?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll put the location in, in the description. If you're looking for a church home, go ahead and, pull up to the Cove, and listen, just be in prayer for that church, be in prayer for Matt and his family. And remember, keeping the kingdom is not just a saying, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
About that action, boss. And kingdom mindset leads to kingdom connections. Kingdom connections lead to kingdom relationships. And kingdom relationships lead to kingdom impact. Listen, until next time, man, we love you. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace.
Walking in